Welcome everyone to our Hilula, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Before we start, I want to say thank you to all the sponsors of tonight's shiur. Hashem should bless them with bracha, b'atzlacha, refuah, yishol gedolot, v'kol hatzlachot. Our shiur is also Le'ilui Nishmat. Today's the yortzeit of Simcha ben Malka, Ruach Hashem tenicheu began Eden. Amen. Before we're going to start, I want to say that I'm not going to make a long shiur because I want to make a ptichat hechal with you guys in about 20 minutes with the special year ratzon of the Rabbeinu Yosef Chaim, the Baal Ben Ish Chai, of the day of Lag BaOmer. He said Lag BaOmer has the power to be metaken in his year ratzon two main averot. One of them I cannot say because it's not so b'tzniut. But the second avera, which I hinted to yesterday in my shiur, not yesterday, Monday night, was hirhurim ra'im. Bad thought. Today is the day. It's like a ratzon, like a Torah Chacham says, Yesh zmanim sheta yachol letaken. Tonight is the day that to be metaken, the hirurim ra'im. As we know, the Ari in Shara Ruach HaKodesh says, the avera of the men, you guys don't know what we do for Shavavim, is 84 fasts. But you guys didn't finish the paragraph. He says the avera of the machshava is 87 fasts. So when do we metaken the machshava? So there is an allusion to that in the books of Rabbeinu Yosef Chaim, the Baal Ben Ish Chai. He says on Lag BaOmer, l'chaim v'bracha, is a time to metaken the hirhurim ra'im. Why hirhurim is gematria Shimon? Hirhurim is gematria Shimon. Also learning Masechet Makot, also gematria hirhurim. It's in mitaken the hirurim ra'im, the bad thoughts, which is something that the Gemara in Sanhedrin says. It's a couple of places in the Gemara. No man can run away from the hirurim. He says, the Gemara says, some people fall in arayot, chas v'shalom. More people fall in gezel. But everybody falls in hirurim. En tzaddik ba'aretz. Even Yishai, the father of David HaMelech, even he was in the avodah of the hirhurim. So I want to make a yiratzon, and I was alluding to something amazing yesterday. I don't know if you guys got it. Yeah. But it's the gal, the avanim. Lavan asa gal. Yegar saduta, gal. Tonight is the day of the 33rd day of the Omer, which is 4 weeks and 5 days. It's a very special day. The number 33 comes after Liv. Liv is 32. We finished 32 days. How many days left do we have of the Omer? 17. 17. The Bnei Yisrael says 17. We have left. Tov. It's Gematria Tov. These are good. We can listen to music already from tonight.
Oh, yeah? Can we turn it on?
Ashkenazim, they're Makilim. They could already take a haircut tomorrow morning. We take a haircut Friday morning.
No.
מקובלים, נכון. They know. These guys over here, they're מקובלים. They're seasoned מקובלים. These guys are, come on. You don't have to teach. They know everything over here already.
44, 49.
Yeah, they know the stuff. They're Talmidei Ha'ari. You guys are laughing. I want to ask you guys a question. Let's say there's 15 million Jews in the world. How many are Shomer Shabbos? How many keep Pesach? How many? Out of all those, how many learn Torah? Out of all those, how many learn Ari? How many learn Zohar? You guys are the cream of the crop. If you guys, ladies, we opened the day for the women, not because we could have a thing. This is supposed to be a day for the men. You guys want to come? You guys have to add. Not to minus off in the day. So therefore, all you guys over here, yesh lachem zechut gdola. If you guys keep the kedusha b'tahara, well, after 120 years, yes, you guys are going to be accepted to the Beit Midrash of the Ari Kadosh. This is your chelek. It's your chelek. The Ari or Bishon Bar Yochai.
They're going to ask you from which side were you coming. You have to measure Rabbi Gadaev.
We're going to say, where's Rabbi Gadaev? That's where we want to go.
So therefore, Rabbi said, everybody here has a zechut. Be'emet has a zechut, and especially you guys, now we start the Shacharit Minyan. I know it's a bit fast, the Minyan, about an hour. But the Ashkenazim, they daven in 30 minutes. So you guys have a plus, so you have 30 extra minutes.
Hours everywhere.
Yeah, an hour. An hour is good. Now, I want to tell you a story, Rabbi Shimon. You guys heard this story, but you forgot it. You heard it in your mother's womb, but you forgot after the shiur. And I'm not gonna make a long shiur because I want to make a ptikat echa. Why? Everybody, says Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai Masechet Sukkah says, "Yicholani liftor et haolam." I have the power to make the whole world patur. Patur from what? From their averot. There is a Gemara in Eruvin. Pardon me. The Gemara says Rav Sheshat says he was blind. He said something interesting. He says the whole world today is patur from the din. You know this Gemara, right? He said, why the patur? The Torah the Navi calls us drunk people. A drunk person is a shoteh. Yeah, he's a shoteh. Listen, you're over there. That's why you say it's hard. So he's don't even start. So a drunk person, he's a shoteh. Person who's shoteh, he's not he's not coherent. He's a shoteh. Rav Sheshat says that Navi calls us all shotim. After the Chorban Beit HaMikdash, or before Rav Sheshat even came to the line, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says, I could, with my power. Where did this power come from? No, you have to learn. It's not zelo pashut, because if you look at the Gemara, Rabbi Shimon is not what you call a rabbi of the 21st century. Rabbi Shimon was not a rabbi of the 21st century. Rabbi Shimon was kind of like Rabbi Gadaev, but it's the 10th power of Hakpada. What do I mean by that? Like, he was the Gemara. Something wrong you did. Gav shel atzamot. There was no, we read in Chanukat Habayit, you come to read the Zohar over there. I don't know if you guys ever know the translation.
No, we don't.
So you should. At the end of the Zohar, Rabbi Abba, he learned some secret of the Zohar, not from Rabbi Shimon, from Chachamei Bavel. And on the way, he tells Rabbi Shimon what he learned. Rabbi Shimon, his Rebbe. Rabbi Shimon says, you knew this secret, and you're going to tell me? I wonder if you guys will die a good death. Wow. It was a very big kapdan. Very big kapdan.
How's it called in English?
Kapdan, very particular.
Very strict.
Very strict. There was no right and left. And it's interesting because the Ari, who's Rabbi Shimon, he coined the phrase "Va'ahavta l'recha kamocha" before Tfilat Shacharit. Why did he do that if he was such a kapdan? We have to say that maybe the Ari was coming to metaken the Hakpada. He was coming to metaken the Hakpada. Why? Naturally, when you learn secrets of the Torah, like our Rebbe Rav Achen says, there is no black and white. There's no gray areas in the Etz HaHayim. There's no maybes. It's either right
yes or no,
or it's wrong. And usually it takes the Chumrah side. It takes the stringency side. It's very tough to live your life like that. You understand? Therefore, it's not for everybody. I remember hearing a story of Yitzhak Kaduri. You guys don't know this. He had a friend. Yitzhak Kaduri, everyone knows him. Who doesn't know Yitzhak Kaduri? He was maybe the last person that we know of. Hopefully we should have a rabbi like this in our generation. That he had the power in Kameot.
Yeah.
He knew how to use the Kameyas. Yeah. He knew how to use the power of the amulets. He knew how to use them. He knew how to use them.
Not after him. After him, whoever is saying he knows, but don't listen.
It doesn't work. He
don't
knew.
Listen.
And a lot of times he said, I got that power from Ora Chochmah. Ora Chochmah, we say in Pirkei Avot, Siag leChochmah, Shtika. He never used to talk to anybody. He used to teach. Rav Mordechai Eliyahu says this. His student used to read for him. And he would just nod his head like this. Like this he used to teach. He wouldn't talk, nothing. And always laugh. Not laugh like a leitzan. Like a clown. Laugh like akol b'seder. Like everything is good. And you guys all see this, the pictures of Yitzhak Kaduri always smoking a cigarette. He would never inhale the cigarettes. That's why all of his beard was yellow. Because the smoke, he would never inhale everything. He used to say that there are nishamot inside the cigarettes that are chayavim srefa. They're chayavim srefa.
And I'm fixing
them by doing that's what he used to say. But he wouldn't inhale it. No, you don't do that. You wish to do that. But that's what he used to say. Like this. If you would say L'Shem Yechud Kuchav Rechu Shchinte before that would be a different kash. You understand? Ashan is gematria 3 klipot. Akrav, Saraf, Venachash. There's a book called Sod Gur Aryeh. He says that Baal Shem Tov, when he used to smoke a pipe, They wouldn't have cigarettes by the pipe. They used to have kavanah. The ashan that comes out he used to break the klipa of akrav, saraf, v'na'at. Today we don't have that power. So you better leave it and live a long life. But the point is that the Chachamim knew those powers. Yitzhak Kaduri knew those powers, how to do it. But he wouldn't inhale anything. Chas v'shalom, he wouldn't do that. That's why all of his beard was yellow. He was not a redhead or a blonde. It was from the sheen that he used to come into his beard. So Rabbi Yitzhak Kaduri in his book writes over there, Divrei Yitzhak, what happened? And it's a mitzvah to say this story. Why? Today and there, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, we have to say a secret. The biggest hindrance for Mashiach to coming is not Am Yisrael being Choser B'Tshuva. It's not the biggest hindrance. I didn't say a hindrance. Stop blockage. For Mashiach to come is not the Am Yisrael doing Tshuva. We don't. As long as you have 10 of Yisrael that are loving each other, Mashiach could come. The biggest hindrance is the Mekubalim HaKadoshim, is the Kritmachs. The Yoshka people, the cross people, that they're holding the power of the religion in the world. That they're saying, and they said as if Rabbi Yitzchak Kaduri said, Yemach Shemam V'Zichram, that Yoshka, Yehoshua is the name of the Mashiach. So I'm telling you guys that after he passed away, Rav Yaakov Ades, he's alive today. He's always in the kotel, by the way. You're gonna figure him out right away. He always have ripped clothes, and he always wears a talit. And he printed the books of Rabbi Yitzhak Kaduri as is. Mamish, the actual notes over there, all the Kabbalah Ma'asi. How to write amulets, how to do this, and he writes every single one. I tried this, it didn't work. I tried this, it worked. It worked for this person, it didn't work for this person. Like this kind of stuff he used to write in his book. It's called Divrei. The rabbi has these books in his house over there. It's called Divrei Yitzhak. And he says over there that the biggest klipa in this world is the Kritmachs. And that's why we say Baruch Atah Hashem every single day. Shover Oivim Umachriya Zeidim. Rabbi says Zeidim, I say Minim.
Yeah, I want to ask you by the way.
Ask Rabbi. Sha'al.
How come you suddenly changed the meaning? You should say Zedim. What's happened?
Why can't you say Zedim?
You cannot go against the rabbi, you know that.
Shmaya already asked this question.
Yeah, I know, because the Ari said Minim, you say so.
Your Rebbe, Rav Chen, writes in Shnei Chayei the same meaning. What are you going to say about that?
You say that?
Yes. That's what he says in his book.
How come what was Zedim?
Huh?
But I will tell you who is Zedim.
The names of the
now. He said Zedim, why? Because Zedim is Zayd. Knock him out.
All the Zaydis?
Yeah.
What can you say Zedim and Minim?
Min is the name of the Kritmachs in the Gemara. The names of the Kritmachs in the Gemara, those were the Minim. Min. They were Min. Sha'al oto Min. Min is the Kritmachs.
And who is this Zedim?
Zedim זה שם כללי של האסלאם וזה כולם היה. Some person has the job to break the Zedim, some person has the job to just knock out the Minim. אלו ואלו דברי אלוקים חיים. Anyways, I say me why the biggest klipa in this world right now is not Islam. It's not a klipa. That's not a klipa. Even though whoever learns a little bit of the Muslim religion, they know they go to Mecca. You know, once a lifetime they go over there. They have to have the what do they call it? The hijab? The hijab.
Jihad.
No, hijab. They call it the pilgrimage to Mecca. They all wear white. Kabuta v'itz Yom Kippur.
That's clothes for the demons.
Yeah, and they all wear white. And then there is a black box in the middle. There's a black box in the middle of Mecca. And on the rock, they made a big black box, and they make 7 hakafot.
Yeah. Wow. The klipa.
Yeah, 7 hakafot. And inside this black Kaaba box, there is over there 1,000 avodah zaras. 1,000 avodah zaras. Inside that box.
I thought they only follow.
No, when Muhammad, Yemach Shemo V'Zichro, when he came.
How do you know that?
I learned it. I'm a history teacher. When he came to Mecca to convert the Arabs to monotheism, he saw what they were worshiping, and they were worshiping thousands of avodah zaras in this black box called the Kaaba. They were making sheva kafot. And when the Jews were running away from the Chorban Beit HaMikdash, they came to Saudi Arabia. And they said, give us food. They gave them salty fish. Salty fish. And they said, we want a drink. They gave them a note. Note is like the horse skin they used to put water inside. But it was empty. With the hot air, they would drink. But there was nothing in there, and they would die from they would blow themselves up inside. They were like this kind. So they say shover oivim umachnia zedim to bring all the tumah inside. Yeah, but as I'll explain to you guys on Monday night in the shiur, that the keter of the Shekhinah, the keter of Rachel Imenu, is to get the Shlish Elyon de Tiferet, the highest part of Tiferet, which I said in the Olamot Elyonim is from the neck to the chest of the Sfirat Tiferet, and that Sfirat Tiferet is what Yoshka wanted to take away from Am Yisrael, and that's why till today, even in the second Beit HaMikdash, we didn't have the Aron, the Keruvim, we didn't have Urim Vetumim, we didn't have Nevuah and Esh of the Shekhinah. We're missing those 5 things. When Mashiach comes, they say Mashiach came, Mashiach now, but Mashiach has to do 5 things. He has to bring back the Aron HaKodesh, he has to bring back Nevuah, he has to bring back the Urim Vetumim, Esh and the Keruvim. He has to bring back these. If he doesn't bring back these 5 things, do Pul. That's why the highest job in Am Yisrael is Hirhurim. The tzaddik who fixed everything, at the end, what's his last job? Hirhurim Rayim. Why Hirhurim? Har Dezah. The first 5 things, the 5 Sefirot of Aron, Keruvim, Nevuah, Esh al Mizbeach, those 5 things you have to fix. Why? I heard a chidush. I didn't see this in the works of Rav Chaim Vital, but I saw a video. Somebody says Rav Zechariah Wallerstein. You guys know that a couple of weeks ago, a very big tzaddik passed away. Rav Zechariah Wallerstein. Zechariah, his name was. Zecher tzaddik kadosh livracha. Ruach Hashem tinichenu b'gan eden amen. He was a big tzaddik. The guy single-handedly opened up seminaries and for girls, specifically for girls, to open up seminaries in Israel, this, that, just to the Jewish girls guys have a place. Why? Shacharit, they come. Mincha, Aravi, they have their buddies, they come, they talk. You know,
Rehab.
Yeah, women don't have these kind of things. He single-handedly he had foresight. Before anybody had this in America, to open up and single-handedly he did every day. And at the age, how old was he? 65. 64? No, 60, younger. He was young. 64 years old. Suddenly, out of nowhere, nobody knew. Like suddenly, alach lo olamo. He was a kohen too. When he passed away, he had a tefillin bag. On that tefillin bag, there was earrings. Every time he would meet a guy that had earrings, he would say to him, not why, girls could wear earrings. But the guy, he said, take off the earrings, those earrings, I put it in my tefillin bag, I'm going to be buried with it. I'm going to be buried with it in the earth. Why? What do you mean, why?
I said, wow.
What am I taking? I'm not talking to you. What am I taking with me to Shamayim?
Nothing.
No, what I want to be buried with me is what I want to take with me. What's important? He says, those earrings, that's what's important to me in Shamayim. And what's interesting, Aharon HaKohen, I'm not comparing him to Aharon HaKohen, but I'm just saying, he was a Kohen. Aharon HaKohen, he took the earrings of the men to make the Egel HaZahav. And it's interesting, he was a Kohen and he would take the earrings and he wanted to be buried with these things. And he really made a whole mapecha. He did. You can't take it away from him. He made maybe 4 or 5 different seminaries in America, and it was single-handedly to think. And he said an amazing chidush. He said something interesting. You know, in our shul, it's mostly a guy's shul. What can we do? That's what it is. And but he said an interesting chidush. He said, from the name of Chaim Vital. I never saw this, but you tell me if it's written. It's definitely, I never seen it in any of the Shmona Sha'arim. Maybe I'm forgetting, I don't know. He says over there, one of the 10 martyrs was Rabbi Ishmael Kohen Gadol. You know, when we say El Nekamot Hashem, אל נגמות הופיע. You must. If you want your tefillah to go up that day, say that Hashem should revenge those 10 martyrs. Who are they? Real quick. Rabbi Ishmael Kohen Gadol, Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel, Rabbi Hanania ben Teradion, Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Yeshve Vasofer, Rabbi Chutzpita Meturgeman, Rabbi Elazar ben Shamor, Rabbi Hanina ben Chachinai, Rabbi Yehuda ben Dama, Rabbi Yehuda ben Baba. Yehuda ben Baba. These are the 10 martyrs. What happened was, Rabbi Ishmael Kohen Gadol died the worst death. What happened? He was a very beautiful man. A very beautiful man. And the Caesar's daughter, Hadrian, Yamach Shemo v'zichro, Shachik Atzameh. He was the worst. Worse than Hitler. Hadrian, her father. He was the worst. He took Rabbi Ishmael, the Kohen Gadol, and he's a political figure. Like, you want to get rid of the chess pieces, you got to go after the king. Right, you got to go after the head. So he takes the 2 biggest chess pieces, Lahavdil, Rabbi Ishmael Kohen Gadol and Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel. He takes both of them and he says, I'm going to make a lottery. Which one of you guys are going first? It fell on Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel. It was a Gilgul of Yehuda ben Yaakov Avinu. It fell on him, and Rabbi Ishmael starts to cry. He says, what did we do to deserve this? These were big tzaddikim. If he cried and said, what did we do to deserve this? He meant it. He didn't find any avera, and I'm going to tell you something crazy right now.
He said over there.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to say it. I can say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. So it says something crazy, and don't take it so literally. We are far away from this. This was on their level. Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel, who's about to be decapitated, tells Rabbi Ishmael Kohen Gadol, he tells him, had you ever have it where somebody came to your house to ask for a halachic question and you told them to wait? There's 2 different versions. There's 2 different versions to the story. One says he said it to this, one says, but it's the same idea. He said to him, Nichamtani, you have comforted me. Now I know why I'm passing away. That means the fact that he made somebody wait for a halachic question was enough for him to know that this din was justified. And it's something very crazy because it's a lot of responsibility for a dayan, for a baal din. And there is a version that the Gemara says...
Including those rabbis who making the worst people without asking or searching or trying to make them peace.
And the thing is that the amazing part over here is that then the Caesar's daughter says to her father, don't kill him. Rabbi Ishmael Kohen Gadol. And he says, I have to kill him. He's a political refugee. And he's the chess piece that I need to take. Without him, Am Yisrael doesn't have the king's piece. She says, leave me his skin. His skin. Skin! He had very nice skin.
Very beautiful.
Very beautiful skin. As a memorabilia. To remember what he looked like. Now, say that he had a 6-pack, that he was some kind of muscle man.
No.
The Gemara says he was so fat. Rabbi Ishmael Kohen Gadol. He used to eat 70. How do you say those baby chickens? Peripyolki. He used to eat 70 of those a day.
Quails.
He was so fat. Quails. No, it wasn't a quail. Quails, they wouldn't bring us a korban. How do you say those? Pigeons. Those baby pigeons. Yeah. Pigeon.
Oh, to English يقصد بجاشة
70 of those he used to eat a day.
Today we got a meal?
Huh? This was his snack.
Oh my God.
No, it's the Gemara. It's the Gemara. Now he's telling you this now. Now I'm just letting you know, don't think beauty is what we think it is today. Whatever the case was. Huh? Yeah. This is a simcha. Chazara b'tshuva. So he was a big man. Very big. What was the beauty that you saw in him? He takes a knife, and he flays his skin alive. While he's alive, he flays the skin alive. He couldn't wait till he was dead. He flays the skin on his face like till he gets to his mezuzah, to the tefillin, right here. Is the tefillin, right here. Right when he was about to flay the tefillin, this part, he's about to lose the mitzvah of wearing tefillin, he starts to yell. The malachim come to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and says to him, this is the world.
Destroy the world.
It's already worth it to destroy the world. This is what you do to the tzaddikim. You know what Hashem tells the malachei Sharet?
If he's gonna scream now,
no, say it in Bukhari. How do you say it in Bukhari? Lishtok. Nafasiach, he tells them. Basically, shut your mouth. Kach ala b'machshava. This is what I want the world to be like. And if he yells one more time, I will return the whole world to water. Tol vavo. He never yelled again, obviously. His neshama came out from the pain. The Rashi in Masechet Avodah Zarah, page 17, I believe, says, Rashi says this, open up Masechet Avodah Zarah, till today in Rome, they have the skin, this is in Rashi's time, of Rabbi Yishmael Kohen Gadol, saved in a bucket.
Like a mask?
Yeah, like a mask. And every 70 years, they would make a festival, and they would take a guy that was choloch. Choloch means a cripple. And they would take a guy, redhead, strong, like Esav and Yaakov. And he would put him on him, and he would put the face of Rabbi Yishmael on him, and said, look, the older brother, as if Esav is the older brother, is riding on top of the younger brother. But interestingly, they would say at the end, woe, W-O-E, to the time when the younger brother will rise on top of the older brother. Now, why would they put Rabbi Yishmael's mask on this guy who's supposed to represent Esav? Says the Ari HaKadosh. This the Ari HaKadosh says. Rabbi Yishmael Kohen Gadol is the Gilgul of Yosef HaTzadik. And this wife, the daughter of Hadrian, was the Gilgul of Potiphar's wife. Zulaycha, not Zulicha. Zulicha. In the time when it was Paro's birthday, everybody left the house. And she went after Yosef. Who's Yosef? Mashiach ben Yosef. What is the Navi Obadiah says? Who's supposed to Esav fall in the hands of? Yosef. Why did they put the mask of Rabbi Yishmael on the guy who's Esav? Because he's Yosef. As if that Esav will not fall in the face of Yosef. That he will defeat Yosef. And she saw him and she wanted to do an Averah with him. She was sick. She wanted to fall in the Averah with him. And he wanted to fall, and he was tired of it already. He wanted to fall in the, how much could he handle? He was an 18-year-old boy. How much, he's a handsome guy, metaltel b'sa'arotav. He was about to do the Averah, and what does the Torah say? Vayanach, bigdo, etzla. He left his clothing in her hand, and he ran away. What does it mean that he left her? Why did he leave it? Can I ask you a question? Why did he leave the clothes in her hands? He's a big guy, manager. She's some one shapalach. She's gonna be a painting on the wall. What was his whole? Are you leaving evidence in her hands over there? What are you, crazy? Evidence. I'm sure Yosef HaTzadik was a smart man. You don't leave evidence. Yes or no? No. Says the Ari, Rav Zachariah Wallerstein says this. Whenever a Jewish man looks at a Goya, or he looks at a Yehudiya, she tme'ah, it's not his wife, and he wants to do an Averah with her, even though he doesn't do like Yosef HaTzadik, he leaves a part of his beget by her. And he has to come back to get it back. That's why Rabbi Yishmael Kohen Gadol had to come back with the wife, the daughter of the emperor, and this time she didn't take his neshama. She just took the chitzoniyut. What's the chitzoniyut? A piece of the or. Why the or? Because Adam Arishon, when he made the avera, what did he become? From or to or. That same or, he left back by the klipa. Potiphar's wife, who's the daughter of the
So this is
Hadrian.
Rabbi, what is name you said?
Of Zachariah Wallerstein.
He's saying
From the name of Chaim Vital.
He's saying who is thinking about the Goya.
He leaves a part of his beged, part of his nishma. Rav Chaim Vitali says this. Rav Chaim Vitali says, writes this down. What's that? You gotta look it in. And a person who's meharher acharei goyot, a person who's meharher acharei goyot, a person who's meharher, who has bad thoughts about nidot, nashgas, nidash, shivcha, goya, v'zona. A part of his neshama, nashgaz, Zayin. A part of him leave. Now, how am I going to strengthen this? What's the whole story of the 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva? Rabbi Akiva says the Ari, and I'm sure the rabbi is not going to disagree with me on this, is Zimri ben Salu himself.
Yeah.
Zimri. How many people from the tribe of Shimon died during 24,000? And Akiva, Rabbi Akiva, is Zimri. But you know who is the 24,000 students before that? Let's see who knows Jewish trivia.
Amor.
No.
Shem ben Hamor. The Medrash says when Shimon and Levi were fighting because they took Dinah, how many did they kill? 24,000. That means the same 24,000. Now I'm going to go even crazier with you guys. No. I'm going to go even crazier with you guys. What's the story? The Ari Kadosh says, Shechem ben Hamor is the Gilgul of Rabbi Hanania ben Tradion.
Dina was trying to take the soul out.
Who's Rabbi Hanania ben Tradion? Rabbi Hanania, I love the music. Rabbi Hanania ben Tradion was one of the 10 martyrs. He was wrapped with a Sefer Torah and burnt alive as neshama. One of the 10 martyrs. While he was burning. And who was he the father-in-law of? Who was he the father-in-law of? No? Who was he? Who was his domot? Rabbi Hanania. Shemiyat domot Shimon ben Shimon. Yeah, Rabbi Elazar. Rabbi Elazar, the son of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. So you have Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, you have Rabbi Elazar, you have Rabbi Shechem. Hey, who's that Rabbi? Zimri, which is the 24,000. Everything comes together. And what are we doing right now? No. No, you guys are wrong. Surely all this, you know what all this is about? To get you guys over here. This is not the main thing. This is to bring you over here.
The bait.
That's the bait. Exactly. Yes. Amazing. This is the bait.
The bait of what?
To bring them over here. Shem yachzor b'tshuva.
Me.
Kulam. The main thing is when you leave here, what you gonna do? Is Lag BaOmer just a time to hold hands in the middle of a fire? Like one guy sent the text message, are you guys making a bonfire today? Yes. And one guy sent really nice, he said, light a candle and dance around it. That was a fire thing. He said, amazing quote, amazing. I liked it. Light a candle and dance. It made me laugh too.
What's the difference?
What's the what? You want a bonfire? I was saying to Adam over here, what's the real secret of the bonfire? Should I tell you what's the real secret of the bonfire? Why you make a bonfire in the Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai? I'm going to tell you, you're not going to believe it. You're going to enjoy this chidush. You know this chidush. I'm going to tell you the chidush. Who said the Yanuka said this? Of Shlomo Yehuda Be'eri from Rishon LeZion. He says like this. There's 4 or 5 times in the Gemara repeats itself a memra. What's a memra? a saying. Rabbi Yochanan says in the name of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. I'm going to tell you two memras in his name. You're going to like it. What's the first one? Noach Adam. Interestingly, it starts with the word Noach. Noach la'adam sheyapil et atzmo bekivshan ha'esh ve'al yalbin pnei chavero berabim. It is better for a man to throw himself in a bonfire, and you shouldn't embarrass his friend in public. Wow. That's why we make the bonfire on the day of Lag BaOmer. He says, to remind us that the secret to Kal Yisrael... Yeah, look at
That's
this.
not the reason,
No, but that's one of the reasons he says.
One, but there's many reasons.
There's many reasons, but he said this reason. Is that the reason we should remember that the whole secret of this Geula, we say Zohar, 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 Zohar. Mazal tov, you read the Zohar. We've been reading the Zohar for 500 years. Zohar, Zohar, Zohar. But if you don't take it, velafnim oto, and implant it in your neshama and turn it into yourself, then what's the point of the Zohar? Many people read the Zohar, but they still have the same midot. They don't change. They can read the Zohar from today till tomorrow. They're still the same Baalei Gava, Baalei Ta'ava. And the day of our Pidyon Petar Chamor, my brother told me, he said, let's give a gift to everybody. Tehillim, this, that area. I said, no. Tikunei HaZohar. I said, give the Tikunei HaZohar. Why? That Sefer has a special sigula. If you read a page a day, it keeps the doctor away. Which doctor? The doctor of the Olamot Eliyah, the Samech Mem. They keep the Satan away from your neshama. I remember when I was, many years ago, I went to Williamsburg to Rav Moadev. He said, every year you have to finish the Tikkunei Zohar. Every year. And the Baalei Kabbalah, the Baalei Trisim, as they say, the men of shields. They're the shields of Am Yisrael. But you're in the place of shields, you know. There's not many places in the Queens, in the world, in the United States, that make tikkunim, this, that. It's all about events. Today, it's a generation of events. Let's make an event. Let's bring... Why? An event is for what?
The mitzvot became
fundraiser.
No.
A fund, yeah, he's right. It became a fundraiser.
The mitzvot or chagim became, how do you say this? Ceremony.
A ceremony. Everything became a
The
party.
mitzvot, the chagim like a ceremony.
Everything's
it's not
a party.
ceremony, it's a connection. It's like ceremony.
And that's the problem, Rabbi Isaiah, when we look at mitzvot as some kind of
Party.
a party. It's just a party. Let's just get together and have fun. Let's drink, eat, and this and that. We lost the whole Ruach HaKodesh. We lost everything. But when you look at a mitzvah as a conduit to connect to the Ein Sof Baruch Hu, you'll reach Ruach HaKodesh. In your level, you'll reach it. You'll see a hasaga. A hasaga. If you look at the mitzvah as a conduit. Now, what's a conduit? How do you see the mitzvah? You know how you see it? You're not going to think. You're not going to believe me when I say this. You know what a conduit means?
Yeah.
Let's say I say I'm going to now daven shacharit. You listening or no? And I'm going to daven 40 minutes Shemona Yisrael. I'm going to rip up the olamot.
You must be
Atzilut, Bria, Yitzirah. I'm going to bring Atzilut down here.
I like that.
But then, there's only 10 in the minyan. And all 9 are waiting for you. You know what the real Atzilut is? When you could think for them. Ahavat Hainam. It's not what you think Atzilut is. It's how to bring yourself up to the Atzilut. It's not what you think it is, Rabbi. It's not to take the lulav and etrog for 40 minutes, go, Anna, Shem, Anna. That's not Atzilut. Huh? No. Everybody to his own level. Everybody to his own level.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But you cannot say to bring them to the absolute, to those who are saying, just waiting to watch when you finish one night and go home.
That's for sure not is anything. But when you're in the think of everybody, to work with everybody, to do everything, to work as a team.
That's a true leader.
That's Moshe Rabbeinu, for example. Moshe Rabbeinu, he could have built all of Am Yisrael based on just himself. Hashem said, I'm going to build you. Just you. Everybody's gonna come.
Follow
what did he say? Im ayin. And who's Moshe Rabbeinu's Gilgul?
Heaven.
Who? He's the Gilgul of Hevel. What does the Ari say in Shar Lamed Vav? Moshe Rabbeinu is Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai himself. But Rabbi Shimon only reached the level of Moshe Rabbeinu in the second Luchot, not in the first Luchot. This first Luchot is going to be in our generation. Hopefully, it's going to be the Rabbi himself.
Amen.
Your face is going to like the first Luchot. What do you say, Rabbi?
You have to listen.
Reveal yourself already. Reveal yourself, Rabbi. So therefore, we're going to do P'tichat Eichal right now. Let's do Birkat HaMazon real quick. P'tichat Eichal, Yiratzon. Tegit Yiratzon.
Amen.
We all
do it.
Can I tell the Rabbi a story, Rabbi say? Wait.
Yes.
I came to the Ilula. Everybody's ready.
Check it.
All they said was, when is the rabbi coming? I said, what, I'm not good enough for you? No, they said to my
want the
face.
chief.
We want the chief. We want the chief to come, they said. I said, all right, we said, you want the chief to come? Let him come. They said, we called, we begged, and we brought.
God.
First one to call was him, by the way.
I'm the second one, yeah?
The third. And therefore, Zechut of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai Ta'amod al Kulanu.
Amen.
And you don't have one Gadaev, two Gadaevs, and the third one just walked in. Ve'amartem kol lechai Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Ve'amartem kol lechai Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Ve'amartem kol lechai Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Rabbi Shimon